Wasa commissions well development program at Badill. Public Utilities Minister says Wasa is restructuring its management. Michaela Pandey calls property tax an election gimmick, and in sports, Tobago athletes performing well at triathlons. Good evening, I'm Patricia Nicholson Richards. Welcome to the Tobago Updates television news for Monday, March 25th, 2024. To our top story this evening. After months of work, the Water and Sewage Authority commissioned the Badill Well Development Program. This project aims to increase water predictability for Badill residents and Tobago by extension. Ariana Scipio has the details.
N. Williams, head of the Wasa Tobago region, first apologized to Badill residents for the inconvenience caused by the ongoing works. He then explained the Badill Well program.
The Badill program of works is a combination of projects which have been grouped together with the expressed intent of bringing a better level of service to the Badill area and wider Tobago communities.
Williams said that one of the projects included drilling wells in the Badill Valley to increase water availability year-round in Badill and Tobago. Minister Marvin Gonzalez commended Williams and his team for their work. He stated that after the many projects done in Tobago, the island is now a model region for the entire country.
Today, this Badill Well project is now providing not only the people of Southwest Tobago but of the Hillsborough system with a reliable supply of water. And when the two other wells come into being, this area will be provided with over 600,000 gallons of water per day.
MP for Tobago West, Shamfa Kujo-Lewis, said that she not only stood there as an MP but as a resident of Tobago, and that she understood the struggle of people not having constant access to water, but noted things are improving.
In Tobago, we can safely say today that at least 90%, or I think 91% of the population in Tobago, or the households in Tobago, can boast of having water at least 3 days a week. And that is coming a long way from where we've been.
Furthermore, Minister Gonzalez also shared that the government has approved a budget of $160 million to implement similar projects, and that 14 wells will be drilled over the next 12 months to improve water reliability. Ariana Scipio, Tobago Updates Television News.
Well, during a UNC news conference on Sunday, UNC Senator Wade Mark and MP Barry Paradat disclosed that the party had information that approximately 2,500 Wasa workers were going to be retrenched. Today, after the commissioning of the Badill Well Development Program, Minister of Public Utilities Marvin Gonzalez refuted those claims. Gonzalez said Wasa will undergo a restructuring process. Here's more.
Public Utilities Minister Marvin Gonzalez explained that the government intends to tackle Wasa's transformation from a management perspective.
Because it is the management that is going to drive the transformation to the lower level. So the first phase of the transformation is restructuring of the leadership of Wasa. This has been something that we discussed for the last 2 or 3 years.
The minister said that they laid a report in Parliament from the Cabinet Subcommittee on Wasa's restructuring for everyone to read.
We did not hide any report. We laid out our findings, and we decided that we are going to restructure the organization based on these findings and based on the recommendation.
He explained that when the UNC was in government, they went to the Inter-American Development Bank to get $1 billion loan, and one of the conditions of the loan was the restructuring of Wasa, which they promised to do.
In a report that they provided to the Inter-American Development Bank, was that part of that restructuring is to separate 2,500 workers. It is the UNC who went to the IDB, got access to $1 billion to separate 2,500 workers. That
Gonzalez further explained that this document was signed by Ganga Singh, the then CEO of Wasa and former Minister of Public Utilities. He shared that the IDB, taking the UNC's word, began a voluntary separation of employment program to separate 1,500 workers. He said that when the UNC can respond to this information, he will be ready to have a conversation with them. Ariana Scipio, Tobago Updates Television News.
To some other news now. No incidents were reported when Standard 5 students took the secondary entrance examinations last Thursday. Now, many students, parents and teachers are breathing a sigh of relief as the exams are behind them. But what happens between the exam and secondary school? Tobago Tutor Officer Braden Roberts noted that there is a disconnect which is causing problems with students' ability to cope when they get to secondary school. More in this report from Candice Jackson.
While the debate continues about whether SAE exams should be abolished, Tutor Tobago Officer Braden Roberts is worried that after the exams are completed, both students and parents relax.
Even with the parents, my concern really is we have that attention where we drill those students from about 2 or 3 months before the exam, and then we let them go. So when they get to secondary school where we believe the job is over, as parents in the main, and you realize they're not coping so well in Form 1, Form 2.
Roberts noted that the way these exams are structured is not conducive to a child's natural education.
If we don't change the way in which we administer the curriculum, these high-stakes exams would just be a pressure point where we put our children under this particular circumstance where our teachers also, the parents, we are all in this heightened anxiety and the emotions are high and so on.
As a result, he observed that children struggle when they enter secondary school, regardless of their performance in the SCA.
Up to primary school, you do SC, and we have about 8 secondary schools that have their curriculum. So whether your child gets 40%, 30%, 75%, 80%, 90%, is the same curriculum. So we don't have secondary schools that cater to the child that is getting 30%, 35%. They get to Form 1 and they have to cope.
While the Division of Education, Research and Technology engages students who do not perform well in the exams in the IMPACT program over the July-August vacation, Roberts believes that it should be adjusted to cater to the individual needs of each student.
The teachers would need to take time to understand the child. So if we have a program where we have about 6 weeks to just get this program in, when do you get to understand the needs of the particular child to tailor your curriculum to that? So the IMPACT program should not be as an impact for July, August. It should be something continuous.
Tutor is continuing to meet regularly with the division in hopes of enhancing the education system. Candice Jackson, Tobago Updates, Television News.
A tragic incident unfolded about 10 days ago when a 7-year-old boy was struck by a police officer's vehicle in the village of Hope. The collision resulted in the young child sustaining grievous injuries, including a broken jaw, fractured neck, broken right arm, and 2 broken fingers. After initial treatment at the Scarborough General Hospital, the boy was discharged last Saturday. But due to the extent of his injuries, his family had to arrange for his transfer to Trinidad at the Eric Williams Medical Sciences Complex for specialized care. His family has decided to pursue legal action after his recuperation to seek justice for their son and hold accountable the officer responsible for the incident. Still to come, Michaela Pandey says property tax is an election gimmick, and later the Ministry of Public Utilities distributes grants to Tobagonians. Stay with us.
Coconut's Cafe, the buffet restaurant that specializes in all your tasty local dishes. For breakfast and for lunch. Breakfast includes coconut bake and sada roti, served with chokers, buljoil and sausages in tomato sauce. Not forgetting beef and cheese pies, shepherd's pie, macaroni pie and rice in various styles. Meat served in a variety of flavors, garden salads and pasta salads. All this accompanied by fruit juices, coconut water, your choice of a great combination to appease your taste buds. So call us today to order, as we are here to accommodate your busy schedules or if you are having a cooking day off.
Deltec Distributors, best deal. 3 pounds pork, goat, chicken, turkey, beef, 5 meats, 3 pounds each, $300. Best deal. Or you could try 5 pounds pork, goat, chicken, turkey, beef, 5 meats, 5 pounds each, $500. Best deal. $20 delivery. Call winner 359-5040 or 237-0102. Order online at www.deltecdistributors.com or check winner Main Road, Argyle, Tobago. Deltec Distributors, best deal. It's March Madness at Standard Distributors Limited. Get $100 back for every $1,000 you spend. Major appliance deals on Frigidaire, Hyacinth, Samsung, and more. Plus, same day financing options available. Don't miss out. Sale ends March 31st. Standard, never beaten on quality and prices.
Welcome back. While the government is still working out the kinks in rolling out the new property tax system, there are a few details that property owners should be aware of. To understand more, Chartered Valuation Surveyor Lois Leslie unpacked some of the nuances of property tax on the Good Morning Tobago show. More in this report.
Under the Valuation of Land Amendment Act 2018, the government decided that properties should be taxed based on their annual rental value. According to Chartered Valuation Surveyor Lois Leslie, all this means is that it involves calculating the earning potential of the property.
Every property has a propensity to earn a rental income. So based on the information provided, that valuation rule, which is really a database that seeks to identify every single property in Trinidad and Tobago.
These valuations were determined from information previously submitted to the Valuation Division, site visits and GIS assessments. However, there is room for error inherent in these valuations. If a property owner is not satisfied with their valuation, they have 21 days to submit an application to change it.
What will normally happen is that a valuations officer will now come to your property and do a full inspection of your property, so that any adjustments that are deemed necessary and justifiable, those adjustments are made, and your annual rental value is adjusted.
If still not satisfied, there are several methods of challenging the valuations, including the High Court. Meanwhile, property owners will receive 2 documents. One is a notice of assessment and the other is a notice of valuation. The notice of valuation will identify the annual rental value of the property. Before the tax is calculated, 10% of the valuation is deducted from the total.
Usually we call that for voids, and it takes into account things like, little depreciation and things like that. So even though that's a rentable value, you take into account the fact that you have to spend to maintain your property.
When the 10% is deducted, the tax is then calculated. Originally, the tax rate was 3%, but the recent Property Tax Amendment Bill of 2024 is reducing it to 2%. So, using the example of a property with an annual rental value of $42,000 minus 10%.
The reduction to the 2%, tax liability annually now is $756, and on a monthly basis, it works out to $63.
The notice of valuation will contain the necessary information to determine when the taxes should be paid. It is important to note that even if the property owner is not satisfied with the valuations and is attempting to challenge them, the tax should still be paid by the specified date. If it is found that the property tax was overpaid, the difference can either be refunded within 30 days or credited to future payments. Candice Jackson, Tobago Updates, Television News.
Political leader of the Patriotic Front, Michaela Pandey, criticized the PNM and the UNC for their failures in implementing property tax. Despite the PNM's intention to enforce it, Pandey highlighted its inability to alleviate the financial strain on citizens. She questioned why the UNC, during their tenure, did not fulfill their promise to abolish the tax. Pandey expressed skepticism about the current UNC's vow to abolish it if elected. She lamented missed opportunities by both parties to enact meaningful change. She urged for transparency in the use of property tax revenue, hoping that it will be utilized for improvements in local infrastructure and services. She also stressed the importance of accountability and transparency in handling all tax revenues. The Senate is currently debating the Property Tax Amendment Bill 2024, addressing concerns raised regarding tax, the suspension of payment, and property valuation issues. Finance Minister Colm Imbid clarified the government's intention behind the bill, including provisions for deferring payments for specific groups and extending the period for objections. In an announcement via social media, Christopher Nathan, the founder of Cocoa Velvet International, revealed that the eagerly anticipated Miss World TNT competition is scheduled for Sunday, June 23, 2024 in Trinidad. Renessa Ortiz, the reigning Miss Tobago 2024, is set to carry the banner for Tobago at this prestigious event. With fervent anticipation, Cocoa Velvet International welcomes all pageant enthusiasts and supporters of Tobago's Queen to make early travel arrangements. They aim to muster a robust contingent of supporters who will rally behind Miss Tobago 2024 as she vies for the national title. It's worth noting the last time a representative from Tobago graced the stage at Miss World was in 2010 with Davia Chambers. Will 2024 be the year that Tobago shines brightly once more on the international stage of pageantry? Well, only time will tell. You're watching the Tobago Updates television news. Follow us on Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube at Tobago Updates. Our Sport Report is next.
This is how it's gonna go. They better look up below, 'cause this is your show, and everybody's gonna know. Say it to them once again. They better look up below. This is your show, and everybody's gonna know. That's how it's gonna go. They better look up below, 'cause this is your show. Live more.
Scrub Ties brings to you our organic fat dissolving shots. Yes, guys, our lemon butter shot breaks down stubborn fat, tightens any loose skin while increasing your metabolism. No side effects, no downtime. We also offer cavitation, cellulite treatment, butt, breast, hip dip fillers, weight loss, fertility IVs, and much more. Contact us on 495-6624 or follow us on Instagram at Scrub Ties Body Contouring.
You can now get whatever you need whenever you need it anywhere in Tobago with Tapago. Your meals, medication, groceries, and shopping all delivered directly to you. No more hassle, no more stress. Get the Tapago app today on Google Play or Apple App Store.
That's TAPPOGO, and let us deliver to you.
Check our website at www.tapogo.app or call the experts at 494-TOGO and 484-4746. Tapago. Relax. We will get it to you. Tapago's at your service.
Hey. Hey. These pages be home. NMG. Make me down in the band, we come out of. Run in tongue, hey. Run in tongue again. Run down, hey. Run in tongue. Run in tongue again. Jump and play. Run in tongue. Run in tongue again. Running tongue, it's carnival. Time to cross the stage. Look the truck them rolling. Time to misbehave. We come out to make a story for the greatest carnival. Yeah, and we go until the last drop of bacchanal. It's finest in the capital, so I feel like I'm running tongue again. Jump and shake the ground again. Play with all my friends and them. No place like I feel like I'm running tongue again.
Welcome to a sports report. Tobago's prolific marathon runner Elvis Turner missed out on a medal at last weekend's Trinidad and Tobago International Marathon on the sister island, placing fourth. However, he, along with several other Tobagonians, achieved some impressive times in the competition. Marcus Daniel has the highlights.
Over the weekend, Tobago's Elvis Turner secured an impressive fourth place in the Trinidad and Tobago International Marathon held at the Queen's Park Savannah. Turner completed the race in 2 hours, 53 minutes and 13 seconds, while another Tobago native athlete, Curtis Cox, finished sixth with a time of 2 hours, 57 minutes and 39 seconds. Reflecting on his performance, Turner mentioned, quote, "The race went quite well for me, but around mile 22, I started experiencing some cramps, causing my pace to drop slightly," end quote. Kwame Gordon finished 13th and Carlos Alexander 47th among other Tobagonians. The marathon's victory was claimed by Alex Ikisa, who clocked a time of 2 hours, 31 minutes and 28 seconds, earning him the top prize of US $3,000. The updated TTIM course guided participants from the starting point at Whitehall through Port of Spain along the priority bus route to Dinsley in Tacarigua before returning to Whitehall finish line. Ikisa dominated the race, crossing the finish line unchallenged approximately 2.5 hours after commencing the marathon. Marcus Daniel, Tobago Update Sports.
In the field of triathlon, Tobago athletes are performing exceptionally well. The 2024 National Triathlon Championships were held this weekend, where several stars emerged. Here's more.
Liam Diabadi and Janae Marie Price emerged victorious at the 2024 National Triathlon Championships held by Above Average Fitness in Buku, Tobago last Saturday. Diabadi, aged 16, led the pack, crossing the finish line in 1 hour, 3 minutes and 18 seconds. John Mark Granderson secured second place with a time of 1 hour, 5 minutes and 26 seconds, followed by Tristan Scott in third place in 1 hour, 5 minutes and 31 seconds. Meanwhile, Price dominated the women's division, completing the course in 1 hour, 14 minutes and 7 seconds. Ashley Thomas claimed second place, with Tonya Songkow finishing third. In the individual super sprint category, Benjamin Camino clinched the male title with a time of 38 minutes and 49 seconds, while Julia Celestine secured the female title in 43 minutes and 14 seconds. The event drew a crowd of spectators lining the streets of Buku. Marcus Daniel, Tobago Update Sports.
And that's how we end our sports segment. More news after this.
Hey, hello guys, welcome. Come have a seat. Oh, this is so stylish and I love the fabric. Darlings, you must tell us where you got your new furnishings.
We got them locally at Standard. They've got new chic European furniture, crafted from high quality material.
Oh, Standard?
No, it's Standard, their brand new Hive collection.
Experience luxurious European furniture at a price you will love. The Hive Collection, now exclusively available at Standard.
Tobago on Easter Monday, the 1st of April. We get ready to hush in full bloom. The all-inclusive breakfast party from 5 a.m. till 12 noon at Mount Irvin. Performing live, I will join because the stage not good again. And wedding. We don't be young, but we read somebody. Featuring John Boy and Ezel, Assassin and Smalls, Agent B and Loud and Bashy, Selector 3D and Snoopy. Tickets are $600. Available at Island E-Tickets, Jade Monkey, Ice Ting, and Ted Arthur's letter stores. For more info, 721-1992. Hush in full bloom. The all-inclusive breakfast party.
Deltec Distributors, best deal. 3 pounds pork, goat, chicken, turkey, B5 meats, 3 pounds each, $300. Best deal. Or you could try 5 pounds pork, goat, chicken, turkey, B5 meats, 5 pounds each, $500. Best deal. $20 delivery. Call me now. 359-5040 or 237-0102. Order online at www.deltecdistributors.com or check with na Main Road, Aga, Tobago. Deltec Distributors, best deal.
Thanks for staying with us. During the commissioning of the Badill Well Development Program, grants from the Ministry of Public Utilities were distributed to various residents of Tobago as part of the ministry's Utilities Assistance Program. Head of Communications at the Ministry of Public Utilities, John Victor, explained the many components of the Utilities Assistance Program.
You have the Bill Assistance Program, which is a component that provides financial assistance to low-income customers of both the Water and Sewage Authority and the Trinidad and Tobago Electricity Commission by way of subsidies in order to ensure their continued access to basic utilities.
Victor then listed the Water Tank Assistance Program, which provides one-time assistance with a water tank and fittings to eligible low-income households, the Solar Panel Assistance Program for those living in rural areas, and the Residential Electrification Assistance Program, REAP, which provides electric wiring and rewiring to low-income households. Minister of Public Utilities, Marvin Gonzalez, and MP for Tobago West, Shamfo Kujo Lewis, distributed grants to their recipients. Well, Senator Lawrence Hlub shared a message on Facebook stressing the true essence of advocacy, emphasizing that it involves the attentive listening to concerns and proactive problem solving rather than mere agitation. He underscored the vital role of the top lifter equipment for the island's businesses, explaining how its malfunction severely impacts critical businesses like animal feed companies, groceries, and wholesalers, which in turn affects consumers. Senator Hlub then publicly expressed his appreciation to Minister Rohan Sinanan, Chairman Lyle Alexander, and all involved employees and technicians for their efforts in restoring the top lifter at the Port of Scarborough. His acknowledgement was a testament of their collaborative endeavors to ensure the resumption of essential port operations. The Division of Food Security, Natural Resources, the Environment and Sustainable Development is seeking the public's assistance in eradicating the giant African snail. The Division of Food Security's eradication team will be active in the following areas. On Monday, 25th March, Pump Mill and Wilson Road at 7 p.m., Tuesday, 26th March, Ibo Gully, Lekuto, 7 p.m. Wednesday, 27th March, Mount Grace Flats and Felicity Heights, Wim. Thursday, 28th March, Rockley Vale, both are also at 7 p.m. Persons desirous of volunteering to catch the snails are asked to wear closed-toe footwear and walk with a torchlight. To volunteer, WhatsApp the Plant Protection Hotline at 482-7528. For the weather update from the T&T Met Office, tonight's forecast: mostly fair conditions with the chance of a brisk overnight shower. Expect lows around 26 degrees Celsius. Tomorrow promises a predominantly hot and sunny day with the occasional isolated shower. Skies will be clear of Saharan dust with temperatures reaching up to 32 degrees Celsius and a heat index of 36 degrees. Seas will be slight with waves up to 1.5 meters in open waters and remaining smooth in sheltered areas. Sunrise is at 6:02 and sunset at 6:13. And that's how we end this evening's newscast. Here's a recap of the headlines before we go. Wasa commissions well development program at Badill. Public Utilities Minister says Wasa is restructuring its management. Michaela Pandey calls property tax an election gimmick, and in sports, Tobago athletes performing well at triathlons. I'm Patricia Nicholson Richards, thanking you so much for joining us and wishing you a great night.